some people find that the TRINIBAD music should be.
Come quick. There you go. Wait, explain.
Well, let's see. The thing is, I think there are plenty more to it, right? So, all right. For instance, apparently, coming out of the death of Bridget James, which was supposedly Kalanji Arthur girlfriend when they made the attempt on his life. Some people are saying, look, you see, at the end of the day, people are saying it's just music and that is it. But at the end of the day, look what's going on, right? And people are singing that and clearly they live in our life because, right?
So he in there too?
No.
Oh, he in there?
Yeah.
He
survived.
Okay.
Yeah, I bacchanal with him up to today, because apparently some bird went to check him in the hospital and the bird posed with him and take a picture and comment.
And people saying, you know,
my man crush. But she did comment my only man crush after God or something like that.
He had no respect for the girl.
Right? And people say, like, I have an next birthday, and someone saying, and the birthday there, and the next birthday, apparently, he's saying some cousin friend, and the girl is a.
But even if it's still is a disrespect to do that as the girl.
Right?
Yeah.
Right? Anyhow, but, right. Some people are saying that the music should be banned, or it should be regulated in one way or the other. I think you believe it shouldn't.
Brother. What will form the first of all, people saying it's just music, but people dying, right? What does them dying have to do with the music?
Well, they're saying that the music is influencing the behavior of some of these miscreants.
And that was apparent when an artist died?
No, I've been here now a while, though.
No, that's my point.
Yeah.
No, okay, right. Okay. No, I could understand saying that music has an influence. Of course it does, right? But to use the situation where an artist is targeted as if to say, well, you know, it's the music that make them come and shoot him. That's when you say something like that, when the artist is targeted, you're not talking like, okay, well, you're just saying, well, the music is generally influencing a kind of bad behavior amongst people or glorifying gang culture. But you sound like if you're trying to say, well, if he wasn't involved in the music, they would not come to shoot him.
Well,
and that's what that part I don't understand leap of logic.
Well, you wouldn't believe somebody told me that about the artist, and that person know him personally since he was going to school. Because the person from Tobago, right? And the person knows him since he was going to school in Tobago. They know him. They say, boy, they never know he to be no bad boy. Not at all. Furthest thing from any bad boy, furthest thing from any gangster, right? And then they say he started singing that music, and all of a sudden, like the people he associated himself with, or whatever the case may be, in the music thing, all of a sudden he started to figure he was bad.
My thing is how he reached that music. How he reached that music and how he get to be linked with the kind of people who would have turned his character. Come on, man. That's not the music. You understand what I'm saying?
So, well, the thing is,
so he was a pastor before, and one day he heard Trinidad, and he was like, "Oh, I am a gangster now." That's shit, dog.
No,
that's shit.
What
that retarded. And worse than that, if he wasn't, you could say. No, to me, it don't make sense to say, well, if he wasn't singing, he would not get into gangster thing, right? I don't think that's a leap of logic that makes sense either. But to then say, if he wasn't singing music, if he wasn't doing the music he was doing, they would not come to shoot him. I don't think they come to shoot him because he sing a song.
Right, no, the thing is, but the thing is, apparently, there is some war going on between the different teams,
right?
Right. So who they sing with this team and who they sing with that team?
That's existed for a while now.
But it have physical war that ends in
right. But that's not the music. Them fellas would be warring if it wasn't for music. You understand what I'm saying?
I don't know if I could fully agree with that.
Because
if they're warring, because all right. So for instance, if he was never involved in music, he might have never been or might have gotten involved with, let me just say, I don't know the names of them teams, right? But let me just say, one is
Z-Tech.
Like say one is Z-Tech and one is whoever, right? If he has never sing with Z-Tech, he might have never been in a situation where he was warring ABG or whatever.
But when he come to sing with Z-Tech, and men, okay, let me stop using actual names because it will make it sound like we're saying this about these people. So let me say you went to sing with Death Row. Like, all right, let me say you are a rapper. Let's use this example now that because Death Row really existed, right? You are a rapper and you come to sign with Death Row, and Sugar, dog, there's a record label and we make music, right? But shit real here. You know what I mean? We just get into real beef. And niggas be warring with, cause it's major issues, right? When you, as a matter of fact, when you walk from the stories people have told, when you walk into Death Row Records to do a track, just being in the, first of all, they walk in and there's bloods everywhere because that is Suge Knight team. If you have no interest in that,
you walk back out.
You will walk back out. If when you go to sing with the team and the team like, hey, nah dog, we singing, but them fellas is we enemy, dog. Them fellas is we enemies. Anyway, we see them fellas, we licking off their head. And if them fellas catch you anyway, lapsing, they will lick off your head too. And you continue to sing. What is that? Is the music doing that to you?
I understand your point.
You are involving yourself in a gang war. You understand where I'm coming from? That's not the music doing that to you. It's like.
So you don't think the attraction for the music though? You don't think the attraction with the fame that comes with the music? Because sometimes some people like to toss up because you might say, well, you're going on. Boy, I live in this life. I could go and work, let me just say KFC and make the small money or everything. I know how much money he was making, right? Or he making. But you might say, boy, but here, I could go and sing this music, get popular, get girls. Because plenty of men don't study negative part of things, right? Right? So you might see something and it might look attractive. Hey, this is like a way out. I get popular. You understand what I'm saying? And then they fall into it.
Yeah, but the same thing could be said for a gang itself. You might see a gang and you might see joining a gang as like, you might only see the fun parts. You might see, well, boy, man, there's real respect here. If you're rolling with these fellas, nobody will come wrong you. And, some gal out here love gunman, so you pretending to be one or liming with one, and it's the same thing. But the thing is, the point I'm making is that the music isn't turning you into a gangster.
No, my thing is, and I've always said, I think music is a part of the problem, but not the major part. I've always said the major part of the problem is poor parenting, lack of parenting, all them things, right? Having a lot of children now with with impressionable minds without proper guidance, right? And then they come and they add these other elements, whether it be gang, whether it be because they have been saying that for years. If the parents are there to pay attention to the children and the man on the block engage him and show him a more interesting lifestyle, whatever the case may be, he will be sucked into it. In this situation, it might just be the industry. The way I see it is that an artist who want to come in and do music and don't want to get involved in the rubbish will and can easily do that, right? They will and can easily do that. They want to come and just. But would they be successful?
Why not? So they will. Well, you see, the thing is, we don't know these people, and they don't even want to talk the business, even if you knew it, right? But there are plenty of them who, as far as I know, ain't gunmen, and it's very successful. You understand? And now you could say, well, there might be people around them who just like rappers. There are rappers who have made it big singing gunman music, never kill a soul. You understand what I'm saying? And they might have. You might hear a story. This one had a fella in the entourage who the whole he with a gun, or the whole, you know what I mean? But these fellas aren't bad boys. They themselves are not bad boys. As 50 was saying just the other day in an interview, they are it is very rare that a rapper is what he's rapping, right? Because if he was really that, he wouldn't be big. He wouldn't be able to last. Because somebody would, if you're doing that, men don't care who you are, they will plug you eventually, right? So it is very easy to be successful and doing the music as just an artist. Just singing where you're singing, dog. Just singing where you're singing. And you yourself not getting involved in the run-ins of... Again, yourself involved in illegal activity. Well, gang-related activity.
The thing is...
I think you getting real wax with what you seeing and you thinking all these fellas is proper gangsters.
No, I don't think all them fellas is proper gangsters. Yeah. I know a man is one of the biggest gunman tune out, or had one of the biggest gunman tune out for a while, and I know he's not a gangster. I know him personally, I know he's not a gangster, right?
Right, exactly.
But the thing is, my thing is, but I know he has aligned himself with a certain team. Now, at the end of the day, if a next team decided they want to punks,
Well,
they could squeeze on him.
I know, yeah, but what I think is that no, but what you're asking is if you could not be on that and be successful. Yes, you can. Now, just like artists, like rappers, who would find it difficult to, who might align themselves with, because most of them have entourages full of gangsters, right? Because the places that they go to and the image that they project. So when they go into a place, they can't just touch down in a city, just perform and ride out. Because then men go say, but wait, now you come and he ain't touch.
Yeah, he ain't touching. Yeah, they ain't checking. They checking.
No, well, he had to check in first, right?
Yeah.
To enter the hood. But if you don't even attempt to enter the hood, they'll try to say, well, but he's a punk, or he come, just perform, stay in the hotel and ride out. He ain't come down in his own, because obviously when they want the money, when they check in, right? But the point is, they will roll with people because they feel they need the protection and the whatever, and it gives them a certain degree of credibility, right? But they are not themselves going out there and doing what they're rapping and singing that or singing about. So what I'm saying is there are artists who could easily do that. Now, if there's a war between one team and the next team, and you might get catching some stray bullet, or you might get catching some stray rab or whatever. But I think it's easy for you to take yourself out of that if you want to. You understand what I'm saying? It's easy for you to let me know. I just singing, you know. I just singing, bro. I just singing. I not know. Because listen, no, I don't know the inner workings, but I doubt men. What is happening here is men getting gas over a song a man sing and going and. No, it's like people getting involved in shit. Man, don't come and try to shoot you and your girlfriend in a car park
over a song.
Over a song. So you doing them come for you for a reason, and I don't think it's just because you align with a team and you just sing music and diss them. I don't feel like that is what's going on. So what I'm saying is, if you want to get involved in the other elements, you go do that.
Well, you see, no, you must tell me about the story with in Born area, right? Where a certain fella hook up his speaker box and then out by the field, and he put on a mix, a YouTube mix, and a song from someone in other team play, but he had no control over, right? And a particular youth man in the area there who repping the quote-unquote 6 team or whatever the case may be, try to oppose him and make a scene about it, right? And he started to gun talk and all kind of thing, right? And like, dog, don't go from here that talk, but he started to carry on. Now, look at that. You charge up for a man. And this man, the man you charge up for first of all is a serviceman. You understand what I'm saying? I think it has somebody that really going mad in the head because you charge up for...
No, but I don't... Yeah, I understand that, you know. I get that. But I don't think that stems from just, well, we don't like them because they just this way in song. You understand what I'm saying? That has a gang-related element in it.
No, but what I'm saying is, but you, that person, not even... And nothing to do with none of them thing, and nothing to do with them gang, and nothing to do with, he didn't even choose to play that song that he put on a mix, and you get so waxed in your head with whatever is going on. Otherwise, you decide to oppose that person, right? So I think it has some degree of madness that going on, not necessarily music, but the affiliations.
Well, of course, yeah. Well, yes, not necessarily the music, but when it comes to the gang thing, yes, of course. That for a man to, which has happened before, and I've seen happen. When I say seen, know of, right? For a man to shoot behind a man's uncle, because the uncle who was unaware of the war going on between the two zones, right? And this was years ago. This not even. This not now. This not with the current, group of bad boys, right? This was. Could be 12, 13, 14 years ago. Them should be a man uncle. Because the man uncle come off the main and went in the lane where you're not supposed to go, He went to he was walking up the main, and a woman in a house close to the corner called him, and he just thing and stopped by the fence talking to the woman. And they let him have it, He survived, but they let him have it because he affiliated. The man uncle is no former rude boy at all. An old gentleman. You understand? Plug the man. Because so and so uncle, and he should know. If even we go allow him on the main, but all they so don't come up here and they let loose behind him. And that was however many years ago. So the gang thing could get real serious. I ain't doubting that. But I don't think necessarily it's fueled by the music. That is now the music might be generally influencing youths to just get wild and stupid and this and that. But the hatred between them teams is not because men singing songs.
No, the thing is, I don't know if all those gangs existed before, or if some of them, came with the music. That is something that we'd need to find out.
Oh, okay.
You understand? If some of them studio affiliated, you understand what I'm saying?
Right. I don't know. I wouldn't know.
Because let's be real, the last set of popular gang thing before the music thing I knew about was the Unruly ISIS and them, the Muslim and the Rasta City Muslim, right?
Yeah.
And then we started here about 6, and I probably know it at 7, and now it ABG and Z-Tech and thing and that, how I won't for them now that. And I don't know if it was something that was there before and only now coming and sing about it and it's in a song that now we know about it.
You know.
Yeah.
You're aware that the gang exists.
Yeah, or if it was just in a block before, quietly.
Well, what I think is, a lot of the gangs dividing because of war within the or disagreements then that go form within the gang itself. So I don't know if necessarily coming from the music, but I suspect that a lot of them starting off as one unit, and then this man get away with that man, and they started and when say now we not affiliated with them no more. There's we team here, and I guess I think though that it's the other way around. I think it's the gangs that are producing artists, and the gangs and that's why it's coming with the beef it coming with, because it's like a gang is going and recruiting men. Well, not recruiting men, but men from that zone who have some lyrical ability will now want to come out and rep that gang when they're singing. And that's why when he started to sing now, the man who hearing him, he getting vexed, not because he's singing about gunman thing, because everybody's singing about gunman thing, but he's singing and repping a gang that is not we team. So now, you with them? All right. Well, now we know what to deal with you. You understand what I'm saying? So I think that is what is causing that type of situation. But I think as an artist, if you want to just do music,
do soca.
I think you could do Trinidad music. Just obviously, all right. If this studio is have active war with somebody, then you probably should avoid that studio. But if you want to link up with a producer and do your thing and rep where you from, like you're from Mova or Belmont or Marval or wherever, do your thing. Once you're not getting involved in them fellas and the business, you could easily do that and succeed. And I mean, I know, I don't know their music so well, but I know of men who out there doing a thing. I don't know I don't watch it, so I don't know if they're one of the big ones. But they have no gang affiliation. They're repping hoods,
right?
But they're not trying to go out there and shoot nobody or kill nobody. Them just out to sing their music, make money, and floss. So anybody who's trying to imply that if you regulate the music or ban the music,
I mean, obviously that is extremely difficult because
ban music.
Yeah,
in 2022, how is ban music?
I mean,
you want to block YouTube? Or
I mean, which you could get some of them things done if you.
Nah, Trinidad and Tobago government could get YouTube to.
I mean, I'm sure if they plead with them and they tell them they think whatever. I think if they fight with it, I don't think it's impossible. Might take some working, but I think it's.
I mean, they could probably pass legislation that could make it illegal for you to post the videos, right? But they can't get YouTube to ban them. They can't get YouTube to censor anything like that. That's not against YouTube guidelines. They can't call YouTube and say, well, they're not China. China could do that.
Right.
But Trinidad and Tobago can't tell YouTube, no, we don't, this is the kind of music we don't like, so take it off the internet. But what they could do is probably pass a form of legislation that if you post the video, then it could be illegal now, boy. But then they could probably just send the video to somebody from outside Trinidad and let them post it from there. You know what I mean? So again, I don't know how you could get around, how you could do that. But they can't ban the music, right? Not in 2022. You just quite simply can't do that. Because you will have to get the streaming platforms and the major, like YouTube and data. You could ban it on the radio. But you can't stop them fellas. You go Spotify, go listen. Like,
yeah, I mean, definitely we have a harder fight to Spotify
than YouTube.
Yeah.
Why you feel it could be easy?
It's because right now that a lot of people complaining about a lot of censorship on YouTube, like real censorship.
Yeah, but that's things YouTube want to censor.
Well, no, it have things that like right now it have a lot of black creators. I think I was telling you this other day. It have a lot of black creators pointing out that on YouTube there are things that nobody else is getting censored.
But no government asked YouTube to. Maybe YouTube formulate an algorithm to downgrade a certain kind of thing, and it happens to be censoring the black creators on the back end, or maybe. Because these companies don't have any morals. They'll pretend to have morals, but ultimately they all beholden to the corporate, donors or whatever, right? Their shareholders and so on. So maybe whatever the black creators are doing is dangerous in whatever way, but YouTube is censoring that because YouTube wants to. But it's not the US and the US government could probably get YouTube to do that because they're that big. But it is not some third world country calling them and saying, hey, we don't like that. YouTube wants to censor it because YouTube, for whatever reason, not in favor of it. But this once it's not disrupting, it's not going against YouTube's guidelines. YouTube is actually like, you want us to take it off the platform? Are you on drugs? Like, why? No, again, China could do that because YouTube wants to operate in China. You know what I mean? So they will do all the Chinese government censorship bidding for them. And people criticize YouTube for that. And they get a lot of flack and they have to explain themselves all the time and pretend that there's some justification for what they're doing. But they're not going to do that for Trinidad and Tobago. Are you crazy? For men singing music? Nah, then. Because YouTube be like, but how could we take that off? And we have rap videos on the platform every day. So they can't get that. They're not going to get that done.
Well, do like Mark Zuckerberg and limit out how much it share quietly. I mean, yeah, and then as I was saying, when it comes to the words or how you go and tell the radio stations which songs to play or not play, yeah, I understand it can be very difficult because.
But the radio is easier. The radio is easiest.
I mean, it's easy, but then it comes down to having to know actually listen to each song and see which because like this Patinsky, remember that Patinsky that was on a
Patinsky, yes, no.
Yeah, it was that Patinsky that was on a real rough rhythm now, boy. I think you rhythm with pain and sorrow.
Yeah.
And Patinsky had to tell people all the time, it have no violent lyrics in that song.
Yeah.
That song is not violent in a little bit. Right? But you would hear it and the beat and how he sang, how rough he sang in it. You'd be like, wow, this song is a bad man song.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying?
No, I mean, they used to do it before with Calypso at a point in time. They could ban it like if it used certain words, but the problem would be they won't be able to play Jamaican dancehall either. So that will be an issue because you can't say, well, we ban Trinidadian singing Morgan, but you do ban Jamaican singing Morgan because this is what the music was fashioned after. So the problem would be now you'll take away half the radio stations, like what is it called rotation. No, they don't know what to play because like, and then they can't play rap music either because they can't play rap. You can't play American singing Morgan. So if the mandate was to remove all like violent music, then every station will turn into a gospel station. So
what soca station?
But I still feel like what soca station. But I still feel like you could more easily find a way to get the radio stations to do it. To you could find some way to craft it. Because as I say, they've done it in the past. You know what I mean? They've banned songs in the past, specific songs. You know what I mean? So they could just say, well, once we catch a certain theme, then ban it. But again, the real issue with that is that all the other music that have that, you'll have a hard time justifying why that could play.
Well, I mean, now, especially now, because a long time, even though you would have guessed some gunman lyrics, they would have still kind of couch it a little bit and not be as blatant as we're here now. I mean, but that didn't start with Trinidad. Cartel and them
Exactly.
had
They
started to
just-
come real hard.
They just following
Yeah.
Jamaican dancehall and getting extreme if it's vulgar, if it's sexually explicit, well,
Yeah,
all right, we get
because-
real sexually
Because you
explicit.
had Gage and them fellas and them who,
Yeah.
who started to overdo it.
Overdo it.
Yeah.
With I mean, I think Cartel was the one who really opened up the sexually vulgar lyrics. I think he went overboard. I think
Nah, but that don't and I truth makes his little chip off. Makes his little chip all the way off.
yeah, but that is bullshit because you know. That's coming from a man who sing pump up or pum pum. So how much can we really take you on?
Well, I mean, to be fair.
He has his argument could be we don't promote oral,
Yeah,
right?
is that what it is?
But I mean, how sensible is the argument? You know
Yeah.
what I mean, that's in his mind that makes sense, but in the mind of any rational person, you have zero moral authority to tell anybody what to sing once you started singing pump up or pum pum. You know what I mean, and force it up in our and you know what I'm saying. We don't promote that either, bro. I don't know, and I don't know what part of Rasta that is either. But they will pretend that once is promoting heterosexual behavior, then that's cool. But nah, that's not Rasta either. So he have his own battles to fight, and he need to keep his opinions to himself when it comes to like trying to tell man what they could sing and can't sing. So once Jamaicans, everything now is about how explicit you could get. And now men, like, from what I hear, Dexter Daps is just be essentially dry humping women on stage.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And that would be, so, okay, and the person who want to blow like Dexter Daps will imitate he and go even further. You know what I'm saying?
But
So,
we do seem to have much people here wanting to imitate Dexter Daps right now.
but I
like-
hear Young Brother performances is
Oh, yeah,
same
yeah.
way.
Yeah.
Same way. And apparently Trinidad Killer was doing the same thing before.
Yeah, Trinidad kill them wild, but the thing is, I still think Dexter Daps is still trying to get a loving kind of rude.
Well, he's trying to be an R&B.
Yeah, R&B dancer
He's
kind of
trying
thing, yeah.
to bring like kind of like what Genuine
Yeah.
and Tyrese and them used to do on stage.
Yeah.
But the point is, it's still the vulgarity is going to the next level now, boy.
Mm.
So that's all we know. And once they drop the standards, once they say, well, oh God, well, once you ain't hurting nobody, what's the big deal? Well, this is what you get. This. But as I always say, it started with we. Don't blame the youths. We start that shit.
I say we.
We, our generation, we were the ones that tolerated that bullshit. Prior to we did not dance, they're not cussing and dance all dog. Before Patra and Lady Shabba and they're not cussing and dance all dog.
And still, people like Lady Shower. You know, Lady Shower song was big here. It wasn't really big anywhere else.
Yeah, it wasn't really big anywhere outside. Well, it was big on the small islands.
Yeah,
it wasn't big in Jamaica.
In Jamaica,
and it wasn't big in New York.
Yeah, you see it. Yeah.
In New York. But Patra was, and Patra, I think, Patra was cussing. They had songs with fucking it. And then it just went wild after that. And then after that, we just couldn't. Well, actually, to be fair, after Lady Shabba, it didn't get shipped for a little while.
Yeah.
Right? But
I mean, that's still our generation, but
yep. And as we bring again, prior to the, what I mean, in Dirtsman and them used to kind of have a little gunman song. No, yeah, not kind of. They were gunman songs. But gunman music really get big again with we. Bounty.
But you see, the thing is, I always say though, and if I saw this from more the TRINIBAD artists, I would have been more accepting. Them fellas and them, even though they produce a certain amount of gunman music, they also produce a certain amount of other music. They had a wide variety. And then you see the kind of sting showdown, even though I don't know if I want to point out that too much because that's some sting showdown that end up real violent in the crowd. Right?
on the stage.
Yeah.
Valid on the stage.
Right? Yeah. Cartel kicked down Ninja Man.
Ninja Man hit Super Cat with a hammer.
Yeah.
Before.
Yeah.
And then Cartel had a physical altercation with Ninja Man. They had a physical altercation with Harry Toddler and a next man. Who was that? Who Harry Toddler swing a cough at? I can't remember. But Harry Toddler was our next one fight on stage. So it had real shit on Sting stage.
Right?
Yeah.
Well, as I say, if I was getting some variety and I could get some sort of competition, like something without violence, I would appreciate that. You understand what I'm saying? If if we could get, you know, a tune for tune, you know.
I hear what you're saying, but I don't feel I make it any better. That's it's shit. It's shit. And we should have never been accepting of it in the first place. I mean, it was for we was churning at the point in time, but some big person should have been like, and I mean, there were some people who were trying, but they were called prudes and they were told, hush your mouth, this is what the music is now, shut up. But, you know, the adults in the room should have never allowed that shit to reach that stage. It should have never been allowed that, you know, hey, listen, why are you singing a song about glorifying violence, bro? Like, what? And don't tell me it's because of the hood you're living in. Marvin Gaye grew up in the hood. You know what I mean? But he didn't sing about shooting off a man's head. And worse yet, when you don't do it.
Right.
You understand? When you're pretending that you just do it. When you know somebody who used to do it. Or you have a friend who have a friend who have a friend who used to do it. But you're coming and you're singing it like...
I think
you're
that
waking up every day.
I think that is upset me. When people here try to tell me, boy, them fellas just singing about the life they know. All them know that life. I know a few of them. And all them know that life. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, they might know people who know the life. And these days, it ain't hard to see elements of the life around anyway.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I say we're living in a gated community. It's not difficult to see elements of the life and to know somebody who's a kind of bad boy or rude boy or whatever, right? But that and being bawdy life is two different things.
Yeah.
So
that is something that definitely I just get upset about. Like, oh, I know some of them fellas. They know the life. He's my brother. You understand? They know the struggle.
And I mean, I remember when I was small, I thought every rapper was actually a gunman. I thought every dancehall artist, I thought Bounty was an actual killer. You understand what I'm saying? I thought, you know, no, I don't know Bounty Killer. I don't know what you ever do in your life, but I seriously love that, right? No, you get to realize them fellas are just artists. They're just artists singing. They just
until it reached cartel. When cartel.
Well, allegedly. Well, not really convicted, so I guess you don't have to say allegedly anymore. But you know what I mean? They might have had, and that's the thing. When they like that, that's where they just end up. They don't sing. They don't have careers for 20-something years when they really bow their life. Like 50 say, but you know what? Come on here doing the things they pretending that they're singing that they're doing and out here living.
And like real, cartel still wasn't doing. Cartel send people to do.
Right, allegedly. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So but what I mean is, you. If you were deeply involved in them kind of thing, you'd end up like Jack Yo.
Or Lil Duke. Not Lil Duke, the next one. King Von.
Right.
Yeah.
Like King Von or one of the millions of them from Chicago. Because it's just some of them ain't as big as King Von. Yeah. But real Chicago rappers just die on a really regular basis. The fact that Chief Keef's still around is teeth in my head. I still can't understand that because the kind of things that people say, like kind of like beef that you hear just follow him around. It's like, how is he still alive? But he not out here rapping, making it big anymore. And a lot of record labels was like, nah, we don't want to deal with it because there's a volatile youth now, boy, and nobody trying to have another 50 Cent on yes, everybody want to have a man who sell like 50 Cent. But the same reasons why nobody wanted to take 50 Cent other than Dr. Dre. Because once he got shot, it's like, nah, we're not investing in that shit. You crazy? Same thing. So it is stupid that these fellas out here pretending that this is the life they're living and encouraging people, glorifying the behavior, and they're not even living it, dog. So it's shit from local artists, it's shit from Skeng Boss, it was shit from Bounty, it was shit from Beanie, it was shit from all of them. And I'm saying this as somebody that grew up on dancehall and love dancehall, love Jamaican dancehall music. I just listen to somebody Trinidad music and all. I understand the addiction of the music, but we had to be real and say it's shit. It was shit, as I say, it was shit when Bounty did it, and it's shit now.
I think for me with Bounty, I don't want to justify it. For me is I was able to kind of to say, well, at least you get a mix. I still got mama, she's not in a good mood, and before them see God, them see the devil. So for me it was he balanced the scale for me now.
Well, I think if you listen, them fellas might not have albums. Why should they put an album? They'll have tunes like that. Because the same logic, right? That you're talking about there.
Yeah.
You have a set of soon tunes that would presume that make you presume he was a conscious artist. But you have bad man tune, You have tune about gunman thing. You understand what I'm saying? After singing in another song, just like Bounty and them, who before they see God, them see the devil, and then coming right tomorrow and tell me, bad man kill thief or no perplex them. So It's craziness. That to me, you say that make it better. I think that make it even that makes it crazier. It makes it even because at least if you stay in character and you're a bad boy, then it's a bad boy.
Well, you see, when I watch it like that, I just watch it as it's just art you're putting out, and it's just different forms of art. It's different types of content they're putting out. That's how I see it more than. No, I mean, obviously, when they talk about Bounty Killer, his name is Bounty Killer.
Yeah.
Right? They would try to associate them with killing and killing alone, right?
Yeah.
But that's how I see it.
I think I understand what you're saying, but I think the problem with rappers, dancehall artists, Trinidad dancehall and Jamaican dancehall artists, those particular types of music, the people always argue, like you always hear rappers say, Denzel Washington plays a gangster on TV, but nobody actually thinks Denzel Washington. Yeah, but Denzel Washington plays a gangster in a movie, and then he comes and he speaks to you like Denzel Washington, and he's wearing a suit or normal clothes, and he's not pretending to be wherever his character was in Training Day. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Al Pacino has done millions of interviews. He's never pretended to be Tony Montana. You, however, first of all, you say in your music all the time, I'm not just a rapper, I will kill you.
Right.
right? So, okay, you're saying, take me seriously. And then when you come out, when you are not rapping anymore, you still remain in character. You still want to make it very clear to people that you are... you have some sort of street affiliation. So then you're angry when people... Because, the other day when they was using Young Thug lyrics in his song...
In his trial.
To cite it as, evidence or whatever, right? Like, oh, nobody... He's an artist, and he's making art, and blah, blah, blah. And so... But you wouldn't do that with Denzel Washington. You wouldn't do that with another actor, because they're playing a role. Yeah, but bro, you don't understand. He spends all day trying to tell you, no, I'm not just a rapper. I still move units. I sell drugs, right? I sell drugs and I kill people. I get people killed. And I use names of real people in my songs who have died, right? So, come on. So, I think the difference with, as you're talking about with these artists is that they go to great lengths to make you believe it's not just about I'm not just an artist. I will plug you. Right? So when you making it, when you go in, when you yourself, nobody forcing you, you are choosing to make being a gangster your identity. Then when you come to sing before them seek God, them seek the devil tomorrow, I can't take it seriously, you know what I mean? Because you was trying your best yesterday to convince me to kill people.